But is it the final? But is it the final?
Thanks, Nikon, for hanging out.
Staring at the back of my head. I have an Android.
What is up, everybody, at a Cyberpunk Uncensored? Hello, hello.
Welcome to our world. Sounds our world.
Enjoy y'all's game tonight. Have a great campaign. Everybody have a good time, man.
There we go. Okay.
Hey, what you got? Ooh. Bailey, back up. Back up.
Excellent.
Bailey, back up. Rude.
That's pepper jack and that one's red wine garlic.
She's in the box.
Oh wow.
Price of being the head honcho.
Sounds good. Gonna do your normal audio check with us. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to jump ahead.
Bow.
Understandable.
Check 1 2. 1 2.
Test.
Check 1 2. 1 2 3. One, two, three.
Check 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Check. 1 2 3. Okay. 3 2 1. We'll go team, not death. Especially today.
Team Massive Death, just not our own.
Touche. Yeah. Team, not our own death.
A little bit of the clove oil in my vape.
Yep.
All good.
See you very, very soon, Capricious.
Cyberpunk Uncensored.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our next session of Cyberpunk Goes Nomad. My name is Capricious Nature, and we are going to be starting up in just a second. But before we do, I would love to give a quick thank you to Outworld Sounds. They provided us with our awesome live intro music this morning with some Dallas mixes that you all may have heard, and I hope all of you enjoyed. Now, second thing is that we're going to be hearing a little bit of an echo every once in a while through Donna Teresa Cuervo's mic, because she has the absolute luck right now of being over with the Mulligans over in California. And so if you are with us right now, you may be watching through Twitch, you might be watching through YouTube, you might be watching through Facebook. We are live on all platforms. That being said, I hope all of you are having an absolutely wonderful Saturday or Sunday, wherever you are. It is 8 a.m. here for me, but I know it's p.m. for everybody else. So what I'd like to do now is let's start off with our introductions. So Captain Mark, go ahead and let our audience know who you are and where they can find you, and I will start dropping our links in the Twitch.
Sure. Yeah, Captain Mark, you can find me here mainly every week on this game. Gonna be having recording a podcast very soon, an actual play podcast with two friends in a room round the I'm gonna be playing, get this, the novelty, I'm gonna be playing a TTRPG in a room with other people and actual physical dice, and we're gonna record it. I know. So it's going to be audio only. I'm going to edit it together. We're going to throw some royalty-free music on there, etc. It's a project. I'll probably announce more on here as we go along. Captain Mark 87 on Twitter as well. I'll announce it on there. You can find me on the Cyberpunk Uncensored Discord as well. Captain Mark 87 again.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I've got your link up on there. Hopefully folks can come catch you with your live in-person session. I am thoroughly jealous, I do have to say. Let's go to our next. We've got Chuggy. Chuggy, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell our folks here where they can find you.
I'm Chuggy, Chuggy305 here on Twitch.
Find me on Chuggy305 Twitch and normally play D&D or Cyberpunk and also on Discord.
Awesome. Give me 1 second. Dropping yours as well. There we go. All right. Next up is Donna.
Hi everyone, I'm Raven. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Instagram on at Donna 13 Cuervo.
All right, give me 1 second. Sorry, the echo's throwing me off a little bit right now, so it's blowing my mind away. Okay, there we go. I've got those linked down there for you. Next up is going to be Johnny.
I'm John. You can find me on Twitch at OtherSandman3096. I'm also on the Cyberpunk Uncensored Discord, just Johnny Drop. And you can find me on SoundCloud at ArcSun.
Right, hold on 1 second. I made an oopsie there. There we go. Got that fixed, and I've got your SoundCloud up here. What can they find on your SoundCloud?
Some older music that I've made, just kind of instrumental sort of hip hop type beats.
Awesome. Vampire Bites, go ahead.
I'm Vampire Bites. You can find me here every Saturday night. My game over on my channel is on a indefinite hiatus, but I've got my channel that I'll be bringing it back at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a little heartbreaking when we had to keep canceling all those previous games. Oh, I wanted to play so bad, but you know the curse, forever GM.
I think I finally broke mine.
Yes,
but I'll be back.
Good. All right, Violent Neon, go ahead.
Hey, you can find me here every Saturday and on Uncensored's Discord under Violent Neon.
Awesome, thank
My
you.
name's David, and this is Jesse Lee.
My name's Jessie Lee. I'm sorry, I'm starving.
Sorry, no, we're like...
We got another intro going on here. Jesse Lee, is this a new player? What we've got here, last post up there, is my own links. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Capricious Nature, or for here, GM Capricious Nature. We are running a Cyberpunk Goes Nomad campaign, and on the links I posted up, you can find all of our different things that you can go to for Twitch, Cyberpunk Uncensored. We've got Twitch music right there by Outworld Sounds. They're joining us in chat right now. Thank you again for that wonderful intro music. Next up on there, you guys can find the Patreon link for Valstoys, also known as Red Dragon. He is the one who provides us with our combat maps as well as most of our tokens. On cyberpunkuncensored.com, you can catch myself as well as Rob and all of our other creators as we post out new content from scream sheets, supplements, as well as net running assistance, everything and anything you can need. And finally on there, I've got a Linktree link for my different websites, because on there we have what's called my perchance generators. These perchance generators are a wonderful set of GM tools that I made in order to help GMs create encounters, locations, names, descriptions, baddies, as well as goodies, and my favorite, taking a look at fortune, misfortune, or, if you are in a bad spot, surprise, or even horror. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, we are up to speed on all of our links. We've got our intros for who the folks are. Now, let's start off with Domino. Who is Domino in this world? Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, Domino is a nomad and drives a station wagon for the crew and typically runs around in darkish clothing, but always has on a bright, colorful, typically band t-shirt that nobody's ever heard of. And yeah, has cyber eyes and make sure that he can handle the car and get people where they need to go in one piece, even if his car isn't because of other people's faults. And he will desperately get that fixed once we survive this encounter.
All right, awesome. Thank you. Mad Mags.
Well, then COVID hit, and we don't do anything anyways.
Yeah, nowadays
I
I
literally-
literally LA County. I'm like, nah, you guys have 2
Vampire, you there?
You guys got the variant now.
Looks like we've got some video or audio.
It looks frozen.
She got vaccinated first.
Yeah, Vampire's frozen. All right, Johnny Drop. Go ahead and introduce your PC.
Yeah, I'm playing Remy Johnson, the group tech. He's a individual who's left the city. Seen in some hand-me-down Nomad leathers, nice sleeveless leather vest, and some bright neon undershirts. His nice leather gloves, his signature mirror shades, and his nice metallic hands and right arm.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Looks like we've got Vampire back. So, Vampire, go ahead and introduce us to Mad Mags. Looks like we've got Vampire back. So,
Mad Mags is our medic. She dresses in standard Nomad leathers with a biker flair, mostly dark colors, blacks, dark purples, graphic tees, not always band shirts. I'm not out there myself. Inspired in part by a lot of slightly off the wall.
Slightly off the wall. Sorry about that. What was that?
Inspired by a lot of different slightly off the wall people. Rafiki, Luna Lovegood, just people that are just slightly out of touch with reality, but in the good way.
Awesome. All right, Calamity. And sorry, I found out that the echo I was hearing was actually the YouTube stream because I still have Rob's YouTube stream up and running and I forgot to mute it. So, hi, Rob. And Calamity, go ahead, introduce yourself. Oh, you're still muted.
So Calamity is an ex-Militech soldier, thought to be killed by in a combat op, and she reactivated and got drawn into the Nomad pack. She's got amnesia, so she doesn't really remember people for very long.
Awesome. Thank you much. T-Bar. Who is T-Bar?
T-Bar is also ex-Militech, military fighter pilot. He's definitely not afraid of Kung Tao and decked out in his most patriotic American flag denim jacket, pants that are at least 2 sizes too small, and his go-to bandana.
All right, perfect. Thank you. And Devilish Jack Holmes, go ahead and wrap this up for us.
Jack is a 60-something-year-old rocker boy, blues rock guitar player who does not want to be here and thinks this is a really fucking stupid idea that what we're about to do.
All right, perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our players here. We've got our six players. We've got, as we've already mentioned, Devilish Jack Holmes, T-Bar, Calamity, Remy, Mad Mags, and Domino. These 6 people have found themselves trying to do a pickup. They were told by an outside connection named Silver, as well as an outside connection named Hangman, that there was a weapons drop that had been collected out in the Badlands by a reclaimer group. And they got out there after facing off against a couple of Raph and Shiv, and they were able to get to the shipment itself, only to find out that it was heavily rigged up with not only trackers, but also lots and lots and lots of C6. For those of you who don't know much about our Cyberpunk background, C6 is about 3 to 4 times stronger than C4. So a single small brick of this could take down an entire house with ease. Well, Remy Johnson, as well as Domino, were rolling against the odds over and over again and managed to get out by the skin of their teeth with no death and no destruction on their hands. Now, they left the Reclaimer settlement. They gave T-Bar one of the tracking devices to help confuse the incoming Kang Tao. But the problem is that as they were doing all of the running and trying to relocate the different explosives and trackers, they only went about 5 minutes outside of the Reclaimer camp before they met up with the pickup team. Well, they dropped off all of the weapons, and then at that spot, they dropped down the explosive charges and tracking beacons, and Remy, with his checks and his demolitions checks and his tech checks, had set up the explosives to go off if they had been disturbed again. Well, shortly thereafter, we have an Osprey and an attack helicopter from Militech coming in to pick up these guns, and lo and behold, well, 6 bricks of C6 go off in their faces. They successfully wiped out one of these helicopters and successfully damaged the Osprey. Now, what our intrepid explorers and nomads here did not know about the situation that they left behind them was the fact that some of the Kang Tao survived this explosion and were able to get the Osprey down on the ground. One of the Kang Tao was able to set up on a Gatling gun and started opening fire on T-Bar as they were trying to recon the situation. The group thought, maybe we should leave, maybe we should go back, don't know. But they made up their minds to go back. After T-Bar's gyrocopter got damaged even further, he landed it, and everybody crawled into Domino's car because they saw that the Kang Tao were opening fire on a different target, and they wanted to hopefully get some goodies for themselves. Now, this is where we get all of this together. We see all of our 6 players hopped up in Domino's little station wagon on their way back to the crash site, and they continue to hear this automatic Gatling gun fire going on in the background, and they're not exactly sure what this target is that they're shooting at. Are they shooting at Raph and Shiv? Are they shooting at each other? Or is it a completely different target? Well, we're about to find that out. Okay, I'm going to bring our players over here and zoom this down. So on roll 20, it might take a moment for you guys to load. It's a pretty big map because we've got a pretty big expanse to be working with today. What I'd like each of you to do is drop your tokens once it's done loading up. Please drop your tokens on the car as to where you are located in the vehicle. Take some time to take care of that right now. And this is where we're picking up. You can see 2 fires down the road in the distance, and there seem to be a couple of other vehicles out there as well. We're not exactly sure who it is in those vehicles, but it looks like there's a pretty large truck. There are a couple of smaller trucks. There's automatic Gatling gun fire being shot at those vehicles. Those vehicles are returning fire at the Osprey and what might be a strike team left over from Kang Tao. And this is where all of your actions come into play. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will give it up for our players now.
All right, so I'm going to continue driving. I want to get about maybe 200 meters away, give or take. I don't want to get so close that they know that we're a target, but I want to get a little bit closer than here because trudging this far is going to be a bit. So anybody, let's discuss this while I move forward.
I don't know if slow and steady is really going to work here.
You don't know of what?
Slow and steady is really going to work here.
True. I mean, I could just drive all the way in and like slam on the brakes right before we get there, but
Just gun it directly into the Osprey.
no.
Crush whoever's on the gun. While he's still busy firing at whoever that is down there.
Could I ride on the back of the car where I'm like holding out, like with my feet like on the back bumper and like holding onto the top, so like jump out of it quickly?
Actually, you can totally do that. I am a big proponent of the rule of cool. If the players want to give it a shot, I'll let you give it a shot, but you got to roll for it. So please give me an athletics check, and I'm going to give you a DV 17 because that's what we have for holding on to a vehicle while driving.
Oh. I'm gonna put 4 points of luck.
Oh man! All right.
I didn't need to. Whatever.
All right, so you are successfully standing on that back bumper, holding on to one of the little cargo things on top of the station wagon while he's driving. And what else?
Okay, so the car doesn't move.
Huh? The car doesn't move?
No, I'm able to move us, but not the car.
That's weird. Hold on. Let me make... Oh, that's why. Controlled by. There we go. Oh, I'm in caps lock. Domino's car. Save settings. Controlled by all players. Go ahead and give it a shot now. Highlight everything and give it a move.
Yay.
Woo!
All right.
Technical difficulties. I'm a tech teacher. I can surmount the odds. All right, so you guys are moving up. What are you guys discussing? What are you guys trying to figure out?
From the back of the car, can I get a view of what they're firing at?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
There we go.
All right, so a 16. I'm gonna go ahead and let you stop there, Domino. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
So 16, you are able to see up and ahead. You've got a little bit of a bird's eye view on this, and as you see over here, there are two different pickup trucks that look pretty rusty. There's a larger truck that's over here that is that looks to be more of a utility truck, and you can see the Osprey here that is opening fire at these trucks here. Now, you don't see any people really out and about except for a couple of folks who are hiding behind these trucks. Now, give me 1 second so I can drop those tokens on here. I just saw that my my tokens did not successfully upload onto Roll20, so I've got some fun problems there. That's always a blast. Give me 1 moment. Got to use the assets provided, so... And I'm just gonna roll with this. Okay. So you see what look to be about 5 people on the outside of these trucks here. And these 5 people are pretty much ducking down behind the trucks, trying to stay alive as this onslaught of machine gun Gatling fire comes in at them. Okay, so that's what you see over here.
Can I tell like their affiliation or anything like that?
Go ahead and roll me one more perception check. Let's see if you can see that or not. There we go. Okay, you've got it. The folks that are there are not, in fact, Raph and Shiv. They look pretty familiar. These folks are the individuals over from the Reclaimer site.
All right, so I'm gonna like try to tap the side of the vehicle to get Domino's attention and tell him that those are civilians out there that they're firing at.
Okay.
Or I got the radio, so I don't even need to do that. I'll
Yep.
radio that too.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so he lets you know that the folks that are out there are not, in fact, Raph and Shiv, that these are Reclaimers. What are you doing?
I will keep driving forward.
Yeah, Mags is just gonna sit on the seat, hand on the bat, waiting to jump out. Not gonna mention what Bear said.
What was it that Bear said for our audience here?
Bear said to just we don't care about anybody but the family. If the Reclaimers get hit, they get hit. If the Aldecaldos get hit, they get hit. The only thing we care about is the clan. So Mags really should be telling Domino to turn around and get out, but she's gonna sit on it.
Holding your tongue. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
We got Amino Gaming coming on in. Hey, Amino, and we've got our Outworld Sounds. They rated us a little while ago, and Mini Soma. Sorry about that. I've been very ingrained in Roll20, trying to get it working. So
Okay.
you're holding your tongue while Domino continues driving. He's getting pretty close now, so at this point, I'm actually going to need you to roll for me some initiative. Ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen.
Well, and with that, as I was getting to about here, I was moving lanes. I was making sure my lights were off.
It's the middle of the day, and it's a flat road.
Oh, it's the middle of the day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then. Well, yeah. I'm over here. Let's start.
There's
Okay.
no scrub or anything to duck and weave behind if we were running, and it's all open, right? Everything is what we see is what we get.
Yep, that's why these folks are hiding behind their truck. I need everybody, please roll me initiative, and we're actually going to take our turn order through our initiative.
Perfect. Where?
Got it.
So, Violent Neon, you've got 10, Mad Max 11, T-Bar 15, Jack 18, wow, critical success, Remy 17.
Real quick, I think that mine is not working properly because I rolled a 10 and it doesn't look like it added my reflex.
Well, for yours, Domino, you actually
because I'm driving?
Yeah, you're automatically at top of initiative.
Okay. Right.
Can I get can I get Calamity to roll, please? Are you still having issues? There we go. 15. All right, give me 1 second to type these in real quick. I actually had a user reach out to me. I think it was Crosswire. He was curious how I keep track of initiative order, and so I actually just want to share what I'm doing right now. We have our different players right now rolling for their initiative. This is also being combined with vehicles, and so vehicles are automatically put at top of initiative order. And what happens is that the vehicle drivers still roll for initiative to see who would go first. So when it comes to Violent Neon or Dominoes, he got a 1d10. He got a 10, and that should be added to his reflexes, which is an 8. So he's got an 18, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And so what happens is that his roll is contested against the other vehicle's roll. And then from there, you have the individual players in a cascading effect going on from who's next for the next highest. And this is based off of a 1d10 plus reflex. So the next person that comes up after him, it turns out, is Jack, Devilish Jack Holmes.
It's kind of sitting in the back of the vehicle as it's speeding towards the thing. Pulls the gun out. He's got his pistol at his side as always, and we'll just go into the duffel bag behind him and pull out a smaller box of ammunition, labeled with an old label on it. The label's really faded, in pen. Label on it in pen in case Bear fucks up, and we'll open it and load his revolver with AP rounds, and be ready to
fucks up.
Yeah, and the box is up, like the ammunition's from you recognize it. Anyone that glances at the box will recognize it as like, you know, ammunition purchased from Militech, but it's got like the old Militech logo before they like rebranded after the fourth. And he's gonna be ready to bail sideways out of the car if the car gets fired upon.
Awesome.
So he's got his gun ready and he's ready to just jump and roll to the side of the road if they get hit.
All right. And I just want to give a really quick shout out. Gizmal Scariot. I always mess up pronouncing that. That is the former player for Onrio's campaign. Just want to give him a shout out. Dude, you're awesome. Thank you very much. Not only for your work with Rob, but also for those wonderful gifted subs. So thank you very much, sir. And we also have Kai Hawks. Hi, Kai Hawks. Kai Hawk Eye, my bad. So we've got a rocker boy now loaded up with AP rounds. We've got our initiative order, and Domino, I am very sorry to say, but you came in after the Osprey, and they're actually going to be opening at you. Yeah, they got a critical success. So
Okay.
give me 1 second. I'm going to be measuring the distance really quick. All right, we've got 80 meters. Now, this is for everybody that is watching. One of the things that I've worked on quite a bit, and I'll be releasing an update very soon, is something called the Vehicles of Red. And the Vehicles of Red has lots of new weapons added in, including Gatling guns, machine guns, rocket launchers, grenades, tons of different things. And one of the things that was added in are weapon DVs for these new additional weapons. So what I'm doing right now is I'm pulling up the Vehicles of Red to check out the DVs for this Gatling gun. And for any of you that are following along at home or want to use this for yourself, it's on page number 33 of Vehicles of Red. Okay, so we've got a Gatling gun. They're opening up. We are at 90 meters, so that's the 51 to 100 DV band. All right, we've got a success on there with 3 hits. So your vehicle, do you have any armor or any plating on there?
Nope.
No. All right. So what happens with this weapon? What's going on is we are they have a heavy Gatling gun installed. It uses auto fire only. We've got 3 successful hits at 3d6 damage each. Okay, now some GMs that are sitting out there right now are probably dying a little bit inside. I know Domino is probably cringing internally as well, because the vehicles of Red military weapons section is incredibly brutal. It is not designed to be friendly. It is designed to be absolutely nuts, and that's the purpose of it. And they, as what did you say, Domino, earlier? We made our bed, so we're gonna lie in it.
Yep.
Is that the line you used? Okay, so I'm going to be rolling. We've got 3d6 times 3. That's a total of 9d6. Our incoming damage on the vehicle is 42 SDP damage. Where does that leave you at?
Negative 13.
All right, so your vehicle, you get this Gatling gun trained in on you. It opens up and it just tears through your hood, literally knocking out your engine block, and the vehicle comes to a screeching, smoking halt. Where you guys are at right now is where you are stuck with that vehicle, and we are going to be going to our next person in order, which is going to be Domino. Domino, your car is screwed. What are you going to do?
Other than cry.
Other than cry.
I can wait.
Well, get out, obviously. And let's see. Move 7. And we can move the each of these squares is one of our moves.
Mm-hmm.
We will probably have to shrink our tokens.
Tokens are one.
Yeah, tokens are 1 by 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see that now.
Yeah,
I
double
will.
check that when everybody was doing their uploads. I know they're a little small, but that's because this map is absolutely huge. Again, shout out really quick to Red Dragon, also known as Valstoys, but he abjectly refused to make me a massive map. He said no, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna triple up our current map then. He's like, oh man, is that even gonna roll in roll 20? I made it work. So we've got a huge map. I'm sorry, but yeah, each one of those is a move.
And running is double our move.
Yep.
In squares.
In squares, yep.
If you're measuring in meters.
No, I was measuring squares.
Okay.
So.
All right.
I run to there.
Okay, so you get out of the car and just start running. Everybody else in the vehicle, you see Domino. He brings this car into full automatic Gatling gun fire. As soon as the car breaks down, he jumps out and ditches it. What are all of you going to do right now? We've got our next up is Jack. Jack, you're sitting there. It looks like Bear wasn't the one that messed up. It was Domino that really bit the bullet on that. So what are you going to do?
I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. My movement's only 5 anyway. I'm going to duck down behind the car here. So I'm now kind of sat with my back to the rear door with the gun and like looking out for what's going on. But I am not covering the amount of space between here and that gap before I get torn to pieces. So I shall wait here and see what happens.
All right. Our next up is going to be our strike team, which none of you right now can actually see. You hear some additional gunfire going off, though. It doesn't seem to be aimed at you. It seems to be aimed at the other vehicle. but you hear some opening gunfire. It sounds like a few different weapons going off. Our next up is Remy. Remy, what are you doing?
I think Remy is definitely gonna hop on out of the car and try and get behind it to avoid getting shredded to absolute bits. And I guess he's gonna try and take a shot at where that Gatling gun was firing from with his grenade launcher.
All right, awesome. What is your distance?
How do I measure distance again?
So you click the distance measuring tool. It looks like a little ruler inside of a circle, and then you hold down where your character is at, and you stretch it on over to your end goal. So it looks like our distance there is 94 meters. So you're in the long distance band.
Okay. Never mind that.
Never mind what?
I was sending you a whisper, and I wanted to test it first to see if it popped up there or not. And so I sent you a private message in Discord. So.
Okay. Give me like 10 minutes to pull that up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you're shooting with your grenade launcher. You got a 19. Let me pull up our DV table. Sorry for the slowness on my part. One moment. Where is there it is. Sorry, I got a new copy of the core rulebook, and it is a different title, so I'm still getting used to that. Where are our DBs? Oh my goodness. I'm going to start crying here in a second, guys. My computer's not liking me.
You can join me.
I believe it was a 20 to hit the desired location.
Friday Night Firefight. That's where I'm at.
I don't know if the page numbers are the same. It's 173.
Yeah, it's 173. Yeah, page number is the same for that. I think it's the later pages that they changed a little bit more on. Yeah, so grenade launcher, our distance here. Yeah, you needed to beat a 20. You got a 19. So you open up with your pop out grenade launcher. You shoot, and it sadly misses. It lands a little bit too short, and it blows up on the road in front of the Osprey. Next up are our reclaimers, and what you see over here by the reclaimers is that a couple of them get into this pickup truck over here. This one here, you see a couple of them climb into the truck, and they start peeling out of there. They did not exactly know what to expect either, and so they start heading out. 1 second, there we go. They start heading out, and they GTFO. The irony is that they left behind somebody who has to cover that distance. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They get up over here. And these two reclaimers that are over here, they continue trying to shoot at the Osprey as well. Give me 1 second. And they both miss. You see one of the vehicles driving away, one person trying to scramble for some cover, two other people opening up, shooting at the Osprey. Neither of them seem to have any automatics, but they're opening up with most likely either pistols or they're using something else along those lines. But yeah, that's where they finish off. Our next up is T-Bar. T-Bar, what are you doing?
So when his car got all messed up, is it possible that I could like take one of the hood, and like rip it off and run forward with it, like as a shield? Is
I
it messed up
believe
enough?
that requires a strength 12. I think. Do you have strength 12?
Oh no, I just thought it might be messed up enough from when it got damaged. That's why I was asking. Like what the condition of it, if it looked like it was falling apart, like anything that you could grab off the car to use as cover. But if that's not the case, I will follow behind this. I guess I'm just going to run forward.
All right. So where are you going to go out to? Yep, so it'll be 14 squares, so if your movement is 7, that should be good. There you go.
Yeah, Moose.
And I want to give our audience as well as our players a reminder. Inside the core rulebook, one of the things that they mention in here is that vehicles themselves, if they get destroyed, the vehicles don't really serve as very good like shelter or very good protection, but they do still count as quote unquote cover. Cover is on page 183. And when you're looking at like a car door, that is 25 HP thin steel. But the problem is that the SDP of the vehicle has already been taken down. That's why, like, if you tried to tear off the car door and use that as a shield, it wouldn't really work because the SDP has already been depleted, if that makes any sense. That being said, the car itself, those of you that are hiding behind it, once you hide behind there, if that's hit by the Osprey, then it will be shredding away at the remaining SDP or HP of the vehicle until it is no longer viable. Okay, so just giving you guys a heads up. Our next up is Calamity. Calamity, what are you doing?
I want to break for the Reclaimer group, but I've been messing around with the map trying to get my token to show up, and it's not on the car, and I can't find it on the map.
Token? It's right. Nope, that's Mags. Let's see. Can I get that up?
I keep selecting my icon and trying to place it on the car, but it's not letting me.
Let me see if I can do it for you. All right, I'll give you a token to use in the interim. Oh, is that yours? There we go. Awesome sauce. Okay, you're set. Yay, technical difficulties. Okay, so Calamity.
So I'll be heading towards the Reclaimer group, try to link up with them.
Okay. Oh, looks like we got a signal drop. Oh, still there, Calamity? There we go. Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Are you able to move your token now that it's on the map?
I'm not able to.
That is so weird. Okay, let me check. Controlled determined by character, and it's set to you. Here, I'm gonna put it as generic token.
I think it's because she's on the ruler. She doesn't have it selected.
Oh, okay.
I can see the ruler moving.
What was that?
If you click the pointer tool on the upper left-hand side and do select move, see if that works. Click the token and then try dragging it. Oh, that's the car. Still got the car. Rob, save us. We're having technical difficulties, Rob. Save us.
Go into Calamity's character, Capricious, and make sure that the in the edit, make sure that it's, because I was able to drag it in, but she wasn't. Raven wasn't, so she may not have control. She may just have visibility.
It's set to all players. So literally anybody should be able to grab and move it.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, I'm just going to set this to a generic token and let it be controlled by anybody. All right, save changes. Raven, go ahead and give that a shot. That should work. Should be able to move it now. Is it working? Yeah, there we go. Awesome.
We can do it.
Yeah. Woo.
Our powers combined.
Yes. Thank you for the help, everybody. All right, so Calamity, that's where you're moving to?
Yes, I'm not gonna stay in the car and get ripped to shreds by that gun.
Okay. Next up is Mad Mags. You are the last person in the car. Literally everybody else has jumped out. What are you doing?
Exiting the vehicle and deadlining up the center of the road, because it's just as, especially with that other car gone, it's just as far to. It's just as far for me to. It's closer for me to make a straight line to combat than it is to hide and run for combat. So.
Goodness. Okay.
Yep, that's a double move. So I'm done.
All right. All right, we are back up at the top of the order. And what I'd like to do right now, give me 1 second. Oof. Okay. All of you are safe for the next round. At the top of the order, the machine gun on the Osprey seems to re-aim over towards the other vehicles again. These trucks, and they open up. Okay. 1 second. Oh my lord. All right. Four. 4 times 3, 12. I can math.
Yay!
Yay! 49 damage. This poor other little truck right here bursts up into flames as well as the Osprey opens up its Gatling gun on this smaller rusted out truck. And all of you you hear the as it opens up, and boom, as the engine block of that truck explodes. Our next up is Domino. You are no longer in your vehicle, but you are at the top of our order. So, what are you going to do?
Now that we're closer, can we see the Gangtown operatives?
Go ahead and roll me perception check. I'll let you do that outside of combat because you have a good point.
Is it 31 any good?
Yes. You are able to see the Kingtao operatives. Give me 1 second. Because my tokens...
I just double moved.
My new tokens did not load in. Goodness. Let me... Now, Vampire showed me how to do this. There we go. Okay, cool. It worked. Okay, so as you are getting closer, what you see is that they are literally behind the Osprey, and these folks are there either trying to repair it or maybe trying to take cover. But there are 3 of these operatives that are outside of the Osprey, and there is 1 inside who is controlling that gun. So let me get that over here. Okay, so those are our 4 operatives that are left over. So there's 4 right there. Now, Domino, what are you doing? Sorry about that.
I double moved because I want to get as close as I can without being in range of that Gatling gun.
Okay. All right, our next up is going to be Jack. Jack, what are you doing?
Jack's gonna take his agent out and call Bear.
Smart move. All right. So you take your agent out and give Bear a call. After a couple of rings, ring, ring, and he picks up. What's up?
Max.
And
presuming
Bear picks up and he's just like, "Hey, Jack, what's up?"
Presuming the agent was on his arm, and there's camera, so he's got to lift his arm just up above the car, so Bear gets a look at what's going on in the road, and like just briefly all the gunfire, and then pulls it back down again. We're fucked.
What the hell?
You need to come get us.
I thought you.
I don't know what you've been. I don't know what you've been teaching these boys, right? But they decided to charge a Kangtao. Just come get us, will you? For God's sake! And then just hangs up.
Send me your location.
Yeah,
you already hung up on it. Oh.
Yeah, it did.
You get a message briefly thereafter that says, "Send me your location."
Yeah, and I'd send him cold nuts.
All right, awesome. I'll use that as your action. Is there any move that you want to take?
Open up a hole in the ground and hide in it. Other than that,
well, the car itself is pretty screwed. There's not much left in the way of protection. Think about it this way: when a vehicle's SDP is brought down to 0 or below 0, the vehicle won't move anymore and does not offer as full cover anymore. So imagine that this car is literally on fire, the windows are all shattered out, and you can see straight through the vehicle. So if somebody opened up fire at you, even if you climbed in, the only thing protecting you from like 756 rounds is a padded seat, which is not much protection.
Okay. I am going to move 2, 3, 4, 5 this way, and I am crawling that distance. I am prone, and I am like this. Just does not want to be involved.
Out of there.
Yes. Just go no the entire time. Like.
All right. What is your luck stat for me?
Who?
What is it?
Who?
Yours, Jack.
Yeah. 2.
2. Oh, 2. Sorry, I thought you said who.
Yeah.
My bad. All right. So
he does
you got
not
a
have.
2.
He's not lucky at all. He's not a lucky man.
All right. Do me a favor really quick and roll 1d10. Just naked 1d10. So /roll.
Oh no, I think yeah.
Woo! All right. So 3. Give me 1 second. Okay, cool. Next up on our order, as Jack is trying to army crawl his way out of there, as Domino's still trying to rush this osprey. Our strike team is up next, and one of the strike team members, this one right here, is the one that's furthest out from the side. We're going to see if he notices our upcoming Domino. Domino, are you trying to be stealthy at all or no?
Yes.
Okay, roll me a stealth check. He does not notice you as you are rolling up on this area, and he continues working on the side of this osprey. Next up, he does also not see you, and the other one is not in line of sight. So they continue working on the osprey. Our next person up, we've got our strike team, is Remy. Remy, what is our tech doing here?
Saying a prayer. No, he's kind of hoping that everyone else kind of running out into the fray is enough distraction to hopefully not draw fire. So he's gonna stay behind the vehicle and pop another grenade into his launcher and just kind of say a little prayer under his breath for what he might do next.
Do you want to shoot?
It's only got. I had to reload it.
Oh right, yeah, single shot because it's the pop up. Okay, good point. Thank you. All right. So sitting there saying a little prayer. Next up is going to be our reclaimers. These two over here. This one right now is from the explosion itself. They are actually on fire because the vehicle went way below their actual SDP, and they are unable to put out the fire, so they're freaking out. This one here successfully gets up behind the truck and starts using it as cover, and this one here continues unloading at the Osprey unsuccessfully for the distance. Okay, so our next up is going to be T-Bar. Our chopper man, what you gonna do?
I'll move to there.
All right, keep running up, and all right, go ahead, and I'm gonna have you do what Domino did. Are you trying to do this stealthily or no?
I mean, I'm in the middle of the street. I don't see how I could hide, so I guess not.
All right. Next up is going to be Calamity. Calamity, what are you doing?
Me dropping down in the prone, take out my sniper rifle and line up a shot for the machine gunner.
All right, let's see what our distance is here. All right, you are at 80 meters. So our DV for sniper rifle, pull that up. For 80 meters, you are in the sweet spot, 50 to 100 meters. The only DV you need to beat for this is a 15, so go ahead and roll to hit.
That same shot, a modifier, right?
No, because unless you're aiming for their head. Are you trying to aim for their head?
No, just general direction of the gunner.
Nope, you're good. You can hit people inside of vehicles without taking aimed shots. unless this is something along the lines of, like, I believe steel slats from Vehicles of Red is the only one that forces you to do that. So no aim shot. All right, 20. You lie down on the ground, aim up the sniper rifle, and open fire, and you hit the gunner behind that Gatling gun. Go ahead and roll your damage. $23 damage. Oh, I see a green box. Is that crit? No, just 1/6. Darn. All right. So you open up and you cause 23 damage. You're able to mess this guy up pretty badly, but he is still standing.
Calamity, did you have your combat awareness or whatever it is for solos dotted out? Do you have any on damage? Because that's not auto-calculated.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, right. Yes, she's a solo. Where is your combat stats put? Yeah, because I don't see them in either of these. Good call, Empire.
You can reassign them all when you roll initiative, right?
Reassign what?
You can reassign those when you roll initiative if you want. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Out of combat and immediately before initiative,
Yeah.
or take a full turn action to reassign.
It's in precision attack and spot weakness.
Precision attack and spot weakness. Okay. How many points do you have in spot weakness? Because I don't know if that's going to improve your attack or not.
Yeah.
Just 1 point.
Okay.
Spot weakness. So it's 24 damage instead of 23 on the first attack per round. But the sniper rifle's only a single shot, so.
For the spot weakness, I thought that required 2 points for a point of damage.
Nope. Precision takes 3, and that's adds
precision.
to
Right,
attack.
that's the weird one. Okay, good call. Okay, so 24 damage. All right. Yeah. So irony. You mess this guy up, as I said, pretty badly. You can actually see from where you're at when you hit him. He is in really, really bad condition. He is not doing good. Okay, so Calamity got a solid shot on there. Just want to give a shout out really quick to Casualty. Hello. I'm here to get Capricious Vamp. I didn't recognize you on my small screen. Yeah, we've got hell of a cast going on here. Love being with all of you.
I did kind of want to say something though when after I take the shot.
Yeah, what's up?
Is if anyone's like within like earshot distance, you just hear me talking to myself like, "Shut up, Cortez. I know I didn't take him down. I'll get him next time."
All right.
I think I was probably close enough to hear that.
Probably, yeah. I think Jack's probably a little too freaked out trying to crawl away. But Remy, go ahead and roll me a perception check. Let's see if you hear that.
Sorry, just looking for perception here.
No worries.
Up near the top of skills under awareness.
We got a 17. Yes, you heard her say that to herself or possibly another person whom you don't see. Maybe they're invisible. Maybe it's her best friend. Who knows? All right, so Calamity, you got in a good shot. Next up is Mad Mags.
All right. Mags is hoping that wearing all black and being up against a black road is going to help her stealthily full book it towards the corner. And that's a full move action.
Okay. All right. And we are back up at the top. The Osprey gunner, he gets really, really, really messed up. But at the same time as he is about to fire, you see him, Calamity, aim over at you. Okay, so he saw where that round came from, and he starts to rev up the machine gun. But as he does so, he is out of ammunition. Used up all 10 rounds of his auto fire. So, what's going to be happening now is he has 1 round to reload. You have lucked out on this. Congratulations. So he is now reloading. Domino, you can actually see this from where you're at. You hear the Gatling gun spin up and then spin back down, and he is desperately trying to reload this machine gun. What are you doing, Domino?
All right. He's occupied with that. The others haven't seen me. I'm going to double move to right here. So that I will be prepared for the next round.
All right,
so
go ahead and give me 1 more stealth check, please.
Okay.
All right, 19, solid. Okay. Jack, you are up next. You hear that incredibly loud from the sniper rifle, and you sit there as you're trying to army crawl away, waiting to hear that Gatling gun open up, and you only hear it spin back down as the fire crackles on both of those vehicles. Are you going to continue trying to crawl away, or are you going to stop and check?
I'm going to stop and stand up, kind of look up the road, and realise the firing has stopped. We start moving. Looking at him, 1, 2, 5 here.
Okay. All right, so you start kind of doubling back.
Yeah,
Puppy!
I can action move again.
Sorry.
That's all right. And an action to double move, so I can go 10 here. And that will be me for the turn. It kind of turns around and grabs his pistol. Oh, fuck this. And just starts trudging towards the vehicle with purpose. Being pissed off has now overridden any sense of cowardice that just overcame it. And is stomping now towards the Osprey.
Alrighty. Our next up is our strike team. Let's pull up my roll 20. Sorry, I have like 8 different windows open right now. Let's see, you rolled a 19 for your stealth. They do not notice you, Domino. Our strike team still does not see you, and you are now hidden behind cover, so they are unable to see you. Let's see, who's this right here?
That's Mags.
All right, Mags.
17 Black Road. I rolled it when I moved.
Okay, gotcha. 17. Okay. All right, they are also unable to see you. My God, you guys are somehow super stealthy, even though you're not even stealthing. All right, so they do not see you. They continue working on the vehicle. This one here is not in line of sight with anybody else, and this one here is not either. So the strike team continues working on this vehicle, trying to get it fixed and up and running. Our next up is Remy. Remy, you see Jack trying to crawl away and then just kind of stop, stand up, pull a gun out, angrily sigh, and walk towards the Osprey shortly after you heard Calamity talking to herself out loud about not getting the kill shot. What are you going to do?
All right, so Remy is going to make his way around the left side of the car. Does he know where this strike team sort of is at?
You would probably not know. You wouldn't have gotten close enough to see. But
okay.
You heard earlier people shooting smaller arms. So.
All right. Well, then I'm going to move around the side of the car over towards Calamity.
Okay.
I think I can get about that far, right? Yeah. And he is going to try and, I guess, fire back over at that Gatling gun just to make sure it doesn't fire back up.
All right. So you've got 84 meters. Go ahead and roll to hit. You need to beat a 20. Fingers crossed for you. 17. All right, you open up and miss again. Now, this is one thing where I know for a fact Cyber Smiley and Wisdom already spoke about because I know that they were both very irritated about, like, where's the miss chance? Where does the thing go if you miss? Especially if it's something along the lines of, like, rocket launchers and grenades. There is no miss table in Cyberpunk Red. So what I'm going to have Remy do, because he is using high explosives and shooting them over near Domino. Remy, what is your luck score?
My luck is 4.
Roll 1d10, please. If you roll your luck score are underneath, you will not hit Domino. All right, Domino, what's your reflex?
8.
All right, do you have evasion?
Yes.
Roll evasion for me right now, please. All right, 14. Okay. All right, you are able to kind of duck out of the way underneath, like, the rear fuselage or something on those lines of the helicopter. You are able to escape that damage as Remy nearly blows you to smithereens. You beat that by 2 points. So Remy, you see your grenade land and almost take out Domino. And Vampire, I see 174.
Yeah, just real quick, isn't there a miss table in the next page of the firefight section?
So on there, what this means is that it might hit those people that are inside of that square, have the ability to roll evasion to get out of the blast radius. What were you going to say, Vampire?
If you miss, it can land anywhere inside that the target box at the GM's discretion. It creates a new box.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and that's why I was trying to ask, like, since he missed, what are the likelihood of it going towards Domino or away from Domino? And that's why I had him roll the DB to get out there.
Gotcha.
And so it says on there, anyone with reflex 8 or higher can choose to individually dodge the blast. He chose to dodge and dodged out of the space, so it's all good. What I was talking about there is that I know, again, it was Cyber Smiley and Wisdom. They were talking about in 2020, there's actually a specific lineup of you roll another 1d10, and it says exactly where the grenade or the explosive or the rocket lands, and that's where the new explosion center is.
Interesting.
Yeah. Red is basically the same, but instead of rolling a dice, it's GM's discretion.
Yeah.
But it's just within that original box, any of the squares within the box might become the new center.
Yep. Hence I had him roll the luck. I like using luck. Luck's fun. If you got good luck score, you can pull off a lot of last minute saves. All right, so Remy, Reclaimers are up next. The Reclaimers, one of them tries taking a shot as well. They've seen Calamity open up fire at the Osprey. They step forward and try opening up on the vehicle. Oh, critical success. And they still miss. Okay. So they open up and try shooting. They do not get it. The two that are over here also try doing the same, but they are not close enough to actually hit. So they try shooting. They are also missing. But this is kind of suppressive fire, which is keeping these guys in the back. Next up is going to be T-Bar.
All right. I'm going to move up to there. And now that I'm within 30 feet of the grappling of the Gatling gun, can I use my grapple hand to attempt to grapple the gun and pull myself over towards it? It says it has a 30 foot. I should be able to go 30 feet. It says.
Yeah. That's a really ridiculous question, and I actually I believe it was Donna asked me earlier today if she could use it to like go gadget extendo arm punch somebody or like grapple somebody, and sadly both of those are no's. They specifically say in the rules no go gadget is allowed. But when it comes to using a grappling gun, you are firing at an object and pulling yourself to that object. That would be a yes. So
Right, that's what I want to pull myself to the gun.
Yeah.
And if I could just have my foot out and maybe kick the guy like a flying kick, but if you say no to that, that's fine with me.
That's
I just
going
want
to
to
be a
get
couple of
at the gun.
actions. But
All right.
I will 100% let you use that to pull yourself to the gun. Now, for our next round over, if you want to use that momentum for that kick, I will totally let that fly.
Sounds cool. We'll do that.
All right, so you get up a little bit closer. You fire your your grappling gun at the Gatling gun and pull yourself to it. I feel like we're in what was that video game where everything's the grappling hook? I'll
Do
remember
you
it
have?
later.
Do you have the grappling gun? I thought I had it.
I have a grapple hand cyber.
You've got a grapple hand cyberware. Okay, that
So does
makes sense.
Calamity as well.
Gotcha.
Oh, we've got some auto modding going on here. What's going on with this? Allow? I don't know why it would stop the word hooker. Oh, ha ha ha! I get it. Yeah, sorry. What is that? Apollonius. He is quite the happy hooker. So he shoots himself over. Goodness gracious. Yeah, so with the grappling hand and the grappling gun, you can pull yourself to targets, but you can't really pull those targets to you. So that's one thing that they specify in the rules. So yeah, he's totally in the.
Oh yeah, I totally want to get close to the helicopter. Like helicopters are my shit, so I want to be as close to the helicopter as I can.
Yeah, all good. Our next up is Calamity. Calamity, what you doing? Gonna shoot again?
Yep, another shot at the gunner.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit. Remember, you are in the sweet spot for this space, so your DV is not all that high. Let's see, you need to beat a 15, and you got a 24. Hot damn. All right, you hit. Roll your damage. Fingers crossed for you. 14. That's a very heavy pistol. Go ahead and try rolling your damage again for the sniper rifle, please. There we go. That's more like it. 20 damage. Go ahead and tell us, how do you completely wreck this gunner with your second sniper rifle shot?
The bullet just hits him like square in the face. He ends up arcing back and pretty much doing a backflip in his seat.
Awesome. So straight headshot, blowing him literally out of his chair. Yeah. So you've completely taken this guy out, and I know if Robertables is watching this, we've got some jealousy going on there. So yeah, awesome shot. You got second round in. You took him out in 2 hits. So excellent work. You still have a move. Do you want to get up at all or stay on the ground?
I'll be getting up and heading towards the down aircraft, muttering to myself, "Shut up, Heinrich. I knew I would get him. You don't have to keep trying to sound like my dad, trying to coach me on all my shots. I know what I'm doing."
All right. Before you move, keep in mind that when you are getting up from prone is a move action. So you can stand up and get your gun ready. Next round, you can start walking. And Remy, you are now next to her, so you definitely hear her shit talking this Heinrich. You don't even need to roll for that because you are literally just a few feet away. You hear her talking to herself again. That being said, we've got Mad Mags up next. Mags, what are you doing?
So did I notice the kill shot? I don't really have sight.
You would not be able to see inside of the vehicle from that angle, but you definitely heard a second sniper rifle shot, and you 100% saw T-Bar literally just fly right past you on that grappling line.
All right, I'm gonna take most of a move back, most of a double move.
Well, you can either use an action to do your move, or
I'm cutting my double move a little bit short.
Okay.
It's more than a single move, but not a full double move.
Gotcha. All right. So you get up to the helicopter. Go ahead and yep, there we go. You already knew I was gonna ask. You got a 12. Not so hot, but you got there. All right. I was gonna say it's top of the order. The Gatling gun is reloaded, but it is definitely not reloaded. It is now probably jammed with questionable fluids from our former gunner. Domino, you are up at the front of the Osprey. You are up first. What are you doing?
I'm going to move to here. So that's 4 squares. So I have 3 left that I will be moving back into cover after this. But I would like to do an aim shot on this bastard. I'm going to use all of my luck for this, but I want to pull a bullet in his head for what happened to my car.
All right. Using a pistol?
Using a very heavy pistol.
All right, so aim shot adds a +8 modifier. Your DV is a 13, so that gives us a 21 that you have to beat. So go ahead.
Right,
and
but I'm
roll.
adding +4 for my luck.
And you also have a +2 in chat from Silver. So thank you, Silver.
I don't have any of the modifiers added to the roll, so.
Okay. All right, so you've got 20 +4 plus the 2 from NBK, so that gives you a 26. Yeah, you get that shot in. Go ahead and roll your damage. Very heavy pistol straight to the dome.
So 17, and that's also a critical.
Yep.
For the aim shot, call shot. Cool.
Yep. Jesus. Yeah. Let me check my stats. Tell our audience how you completely waste this fool.
So I step around the corner of the Osprey. I charge my gun. I point it at him, and I just yell, "I want my car and the helicopter back, you son of a bitch!" Blam. And spray him over his 2 colleagues.
Right. Holy damn. Jack. You see him walk up with the exact same intensity that you seem to be having, and you see Domino just blast one of the guys right in the head. What are you doing?
And then from the rest of my move, I'll move to there.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. I thought you already moved your token. You're all good.
Double move to here. That's about it. I'm going to try and cover the... yeah, I should be able to do it on the next turn or two. Okay. That'll be it for me. Yeah.
All right.
Just sprinting now, but full-on dash. towards the osprey.
Running after it with your gun flying around in the air. Determined, angry. What was it that Holt would say? Power walking, not sprinting. Power walking. It's the most determined of all walks. All right. The strike team is up next, and we are actually going to see here. This is one of the things that does not really exist in the Cyberpunk Red rules, but one of the things that I'm not sure who it was I saw do this. I want to give credit where credit is due. But what happens is that if individuals are freaked out or scared, what I do is I have them make a will save. Are they going to continue trying to will themselves through this? Give me 1 second, and I'm going to pull that up real quick. Let's see, what is their will at? And make them save. All right, both of them made their quote-unquote will save. Stealing that from D&D. I'm sorry, but I know that also came from another streamer, whoever that is. I don't know if that's Chuggy or if that's Vampire or if that's Rob. Whoever it is, thank you very much for the inspiration because I love it. Yeah, they both made their will save. And so, Domino, you are standing right in their line of fire. And this one right here... Oh, hold on. This one right here already has his gun out. The other one is repairing the helicopter, so he is going to shoot at you.
Okay.
I know you have evasion, so go ahead and roll evasion. It's going to be an opposed check.
Yep.
Alright. He opens fire at you, and you are able to evade his shot. He got a 13, so you just beat him. You kind of just bounce out of the way, and he's, what the fuck? And he shoots again, so roll your evasion.
I figured that round hit his buddy's body as it was falling to the ground.
2 14s in a row.
All right. The second one you are not able to jump out of the way of, and he lands a shot. Okay, so it's going to be a total of 3d6. All right, so 11 points of damage. Is your armor currently ablated at all or no?
No.
All right, your jacket takes the full brunt of that shot, and you are uninjured. So you kind of dodge out of the first one, and then right in the chest, just look down, like, what the hell?
You're next.
And he proceeds to pee himself a little bit. No. Our next strike team, he's going to continue working on the chopper. He is focused on his work because he thinks he's almost done. So our next up is going to be Remy. Remy, what are you doing? You see tons of stuff happening over by the chopper now. You see Calamity getting up. What you doing?
Well, Remy recognizes he's not a very fast fella. And he feels pretty bad about his pretty bad shot. So he's actually gonna sort of hang back for now and maybe just kind of glance over what remains of Domino's car to see if he'll maybe be able to get this into a working state, even for just a little bit.
Okay. Two things. Number one, roll me a perception check. All right, you see from where you're standing, there seems to be some dust getting upkicked in the distance from the, what would that be? From the northeast of where you're at. There seems to be dust getting kicked up. This is not coming from the direction of the city, but you see some dust getting kicked up on the horizon. And you look over at the car, number 2, and you think to yourself, maybe I can get this up and running a little bit. And either this round or next round, you can give me your jury rig check. So that's your choice. Do you want to do that this round or next? or hold off?
Every minute counts, so I think I'll hold off for now.
All right. Next up is going to be the Reclaimers. The Reclaimers kind of see what's going on here, and they see everybody running up. They see T-Bar literally grappling into or onto the machine gun, and they're given a little bit of inspiration here, and they're going to start moving forward. And they're going to start on their way over to the chopper as well. All right, our next up is T-Bar. T-Bar, you are literally grappled. You are on that machine gun, that Gatling gun. You see this guy in front of you that was sitting in the chair literally get his top part of his head just blown off. He backflips out of the chair and falls into the main section of the Osprey helicopter, and you can see through the helicopter now. Those back door is open, and you see that other man standing on the other side, this one right here. You can see him through the Osprey, and he is desperately trying to get this thing working. What are you gonna do?
You said it's open, like that I can see. Is it physically open, like that I could reach out and touch him if I wanted to?
Yeah, you can literally, if you wanted to, you could walk through this helicopter. Modern day Ospreys, the way they're designed is that everything comes out of the back. But for a lot of what happens with the Cyberpunk Red, Cyberpunk 2020, a lot of the vehicle designs kind of have that open space that you'd see in like Vietnam era choppers. Because most of their designs and plans and stuff kind of ended back in the 80s and early 90s.
And am I higher than him, or like we're at the same level? Like,
you're at the
because
same
I'm
level.
inside the. All right. All right. Yeah, I want to run through there and attempt to like run over and give him like a drop kick, just like a brawling. Just run through there and just kick him away from the chopper.
All right, so that's going to be a move. What's your move?
7.
Okay, yeah, you've totally got that. So you can move your token over to where he's at, and then go ahead and roll me brawling. Unless do you have martial arts?
I don't have martial arts.
Okay,
no.
Go ahead and roll me brawling.
18.
You beat him. You run over and just kind of like and smack right into this guy, and you push him off the side of that helicopter. And he is, let's see, what's your luck? You said 2, right?
No, my luck is 6.
Oh, who is at 2? Somebody was really unlucky.
Mine.
Okay.
Oh, I currently have 2 of 6 because I spent some, but my score is 6.
Gotcha. Go ahead and roll me a 1d10. All right, you rolled under it. You are lucky. You kick him, and he falls back onto the ground prone. He has to use his next action to stand up. So you've kicked him back. He's no longer on the chopper, and you have damaged him. So go ahead and roll damage. There we go. You got it. 15, and half of that goes through armor. All right, our gunner is dead. Our mechanic and our... Give me 1 second.
Brawling doesn't have armor, though.
What's up?
Brawling does not have the armor.
Oh, is that martial arts?
Yeah, I think it's only martial arts or melee weapons.
Okay. God, I always mix those up. The hand-to-hand combat in this game is a little janky. Sorry to say for any Artelsaurian folks listening, it's a little janky.
And I get 2 attacks unarmed, right?
Yes, you do.
I guess now that he's on the ground, I want to give him like an elbow drop on top of him.
Okay. So go ahead. He's prone, so you're not going to need to roll. Oh, you did. You got it anyway. 22. Roll your damage. 7.
Not that good.
The big elbow off the top right.
Yeah, the first one seems to have messed him up a little bit more. As you drop down to try and like asteroid or meteor hit him, it seems to mostly just hit his armor. Let's see. Okay. Our next up is going to be Calamity. Calamity, what you doing? You see T-Bar jump into that helicopter, and you hear some brawling going on. You hear some hits landing. You hear Domino opening fire. What are you doing?
Can I grapple to the helicopter?
30-foot distance. So once you get up to here, you'd be able to use your grappling hand. So sadly, no, you're a little bit too far away. So what are you going to do? Just move?
That's about all I can do.
Okay. So you can double move if you want to use your action as well.
Do that.
No, not you are not my baby. I'm sorry. My girlfriend just came in and bring me coffee. So whoever just heard "Thank you, baby, I love you," it's not to you. It's to my girlfriend.
I'm heartbroken.
I was all excited then.
Oh. All right, so we've got our double move in there. Mad Mags, what are you doing?
So the Osprey isn't like a car. I can't just kind of slide over the top to get him, because that would be cool style points. But it's the same distance either way.
I mean, you can try like climbing on top of that rear helicopter rotor, and
if it was a nice car with a nice hood, the action would have been just sliding over and bashing. But given that it's not, I have to go around the corner. Same distance either way. So I'll make the move and take a couple of swings with the bat.
Alrighty, sounds good. And I see Rob is relocating and moving a little bit. I just want to let Rob know I'm sorry. We are close to finished. I promise. Don't hate me. Oh my god.
Rob said it's all good.
Freaking me out, bruh. Alright, so you go around the corner and you whack him with your baseball bat. Go ahead and roll me to hit. We've got a 24 plus 1, so 25. That is successful hit, so go ahead and roll your first damage. Right.
And that is a bat, so it does
have has the armor, yep. Only 1-6. You guys are so close to all these crits. What's going on?
Yeah. I'm gonna dump all my luck in, and what is my luck? Yeah, it's 4. Okay. I'm gonna dump all my luck in and do a called shot.
All right, sounds good.
We don't happen to have any bonuses in chat, do we?
We are currently out of bonuses. The only one that's come in so far has been my girlfriend.
Okay. So I've got them both marked, so it's still just the straight evade after the attack.
Right.
Wait, no, the -8. Yeah, why is the -8 not on there? Oh, it is. -8 plus 4 is -4. Yes, so 18.
All right, yeah, and they failed their evasion check. So where are you trying to hit?
This is a ball bat to the face.
Oh boy! All right, roll your damage. All right, 12 straight to the face. And this guy does not have armor. Tell our audience here how you wreck this guy completely.
Like smashing cantaloupes. Just
All right, so you're going Gallagher, full Gallagher on him.
Full Gallagher.
All right. So we've got our Avenger here for Domino. We've got full Gallagher with Mad Max. We've got a flying Bruce Lee going on with T-Bar today. You guys are absolutely killing it. We're at the bottom of our round, and that last guy, I'm gonna roll a will save because he is now absolutely terrified, and he got a critical failure. With a 10. So he underneath T-Bar is just like, oh, what? No, leave me alone. Leave me out of it. I'm just a tech. I'm just a mechanic.
Can I tell him, get back up and get back to work? Let's get this thing running.
Go ahead and roll me, what would that be? Intimidation?
No.
Is there an intimidation skill?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. There we go. Sorry, too many years playing D&D. I'm still getting used to it.
That's actually pretty good. I'm not that skilled at it.
He gets up and he starts working on that Osprey again. Starts trying to fix the shit. And we're out of our order. Domino, what's up?
Oh, I was gonna say if he does start working on it again, I want to run something by you as if you would say it works or not or what have you. But as he starts working, I would like to maybe attempt a face down cool to walk up and say, "This belongs to the Nomads now, and so do you. You can earn your place, but it'll take a while. Or we can put a bullet in you when you finish. As payment for my car."
Go ahead and roll me a face down. Let's see, what is this dude's cool? My god. Oh boy, howdy. Okay, let's see. He kind of looks over at you and he's like, whatever the fuck you say, man, just don't kill me. I'm just a mechanic. I'm just fixing shit.
Good, you're ours now.
I'm looking at the size. This is pretty big, right? Could his car fit in the helicopter?
It could not fit in the Osprey. It could fit. Gained a +1 bitch boy for the clan. Nice. It could not fit into the Osprey, but it probably could fit if it was rigged up to be lifted by the Osprey.
All right.
And we're out of initiative. And what happens over the next couple of rounds? What's being seen by Remy is that dust cloud that is slowly getting closer. It turns out it is another one of the gyrocopters from the clan itself. And it's got another 2 people that come out fully armed, ready to help. And they see that the situation is pretty much cleared up. Those reclaimers come up to the Osprey and they see that all of the crew is dead, completely wrecked out. They just kind of look around. They're like, God damn it, Yes, Mad Mags?
Mags is going to treat the burn injuries on the injured guy, and if they have any other injuries as well.
Okay. Yeah, we're out of initiative for right now. So for that, they're no longer on fire and they don't need to be stabilized. So you should be okay. But yeah, so you go over and you try to give him a hand. We're gonna get yelled at. Sweaty face. Possibly, but neither of the people in that gyrocopter was bare, so you're safe for the moment. After a couple of minutes, the Osprey technician looks over at T-Bar, and he just says, he's like, I can get this thing going for a couple of minutes, but that's about it, man. It's totally lost one of the engines. This thing's barely gonna be able to get anywhere.
Given the new coordinates, do I think I could get this to our new camp?
Let me check. What is our distance from Osprey? Vehicles of red. What is the move? Combat Aerodyne, Wasp, Falcon, Osprey. There we go. So it has a move of, well, speed, 300 miles an hour. It might be able to make it there, but it might also crash down. You're not totally confident that it would be able to make it.
Would you be able to jury rig your helicopter to help?
My gyrocopter lift that?
Yeah.
I don't see
Well,
how.
not like help, or maybe use some of the engine parts. I don't know, or will some of the parts from my car, because it's a fucking wreck until we get it back to the Nomad clan, and maybe we can help rebuild it. But until then, maybe we can use scrap from it to get this working, so we can get this to base. Because I guarantee they'll be a lot more forgiving of what happened to my car if we come back with this.
I'll look over Remy and the other tech guys. Like,
Yep.
I don't know. Can we use any of this stuff?
Is there anything left of the other Osprey?
There wasn't another Osprey. It was a gyrocopter.
Yeah, and that is literally wrecked. It is destroyed. It's on fire. Just giving you guys a feel for what was going on. When all of the C6 was set off that Remy had set up, let me see what my notes were. Hold on 1 second. It did 140 damage when the C6 went off, and the SDP of the little gyrocopter that was there. Let's see. The SDP on that was 40, so it was destroyed 3 times over. It is complete wreckage. There's nothing usable from it. So yeah, that's not going to help. Looking at this from a GM perspective, what's going on is that you're asking to do a jury rigging on a vehicle. And the way jury rigging works, as Remy already knows, is that jury rigging gets something working for X amount of time. Once you get to that end amount of time, it no longer works. It is gone. It is dead. If you try to hook up the gyrocopter onto this Osprey and like hold one of the wings up as it's moving, if it died mid-flight, it would pull down his gyrocopter and both of them would crash. So just giving you a heads up from a GM perspective.
So if we were to jury rig this, we'd get it back to base, and then it would be hosed, and we'd not be able to use it. Or would they be able to rebuild it at the camp?
So the distance that you need to travel right now, let me actually take a look. I'm going to bring us out of this map, and I'm going to put us into our overworld map. 1 second. Pull players over. There we go. Can you guys see the overworld map?
Yep.
Zoom in nice and far on this. Okay, so each one of these hexes takes about an hour to travel. Mm-hmm. And where all of you are at right now, let me zoom in nice and far. Where all of you are at right now, if you remember, is that green box that's there. So this is where you are all at. Your new camp is over here. It is a little bit of a distance away. So if you can get that chopper running for about an hour, you might be able to get there.
What's Remy's field expertise?
4, unfortunately.
Field expertise is a 4?
Mm.
That's only 40 minutes.
And after those 40 minutes, that the Osprey would just stop working and it would come down out of the sky.
At that point, Jack is going to approach the remaining Kangtao operative, the one who's terrified. Listen here, because I don't know if you noticed, but my pal over there, point towards Domino. awfully possessive over his vehicles. Now, you gone and shot up his car. You understand? You haven't given him anything. Let's say you haven't given him anything in return. Now, why on earth would you be jumping on a gun and opening fire at people if there was nothing here of value?
The guy looks over at you and he's just like, "Are you shitting me? That weapons shipment we were supposed to be collecting is worth like thousands, like tens of thousands of dollars."
In there, point to the Osprey.
He points over at the crater of what used to be the box that was supposed to have the weapons that they were going to be collecting. And he's like, "There," and you guys just killed a bunch of King Tao. Like, this is, oh, man. And now you guys are gonna try and take me to your camp? Like, this is so
Things
fucked.
Things are going to go a lot easier for you if you can find something useful in this pile of crap. Start looking.
All right. And he's gonna kind of put down his tool set and he's gonna, I'll go check. And he
And I'm going to
comes into the
follow him quite pointedly. Follow him, twirling my pistol until he finds something of value.
I'm going to call Bear.
All right.
While they were doing that, is there a way that I could figure out, like, instead of jury rigging this, how long a more permanent solution might take, like to get it to be realistically able to travel to the camp? Like how long that kind of fix might take?
To get it repaired, what we're looking at is a vehicle at a price of 800,000 eddies. Remy, on the tech page, how long would it take to repair something of $800,000 cost?
Well, vehicles are actually dependent on how destroyed they are, I'm pretty sure.
This one is destroyed.
Completely?
It's inoperable.
1 week.
Okay, so it would take a full week.
Okay, I don't think I'm communicating what I meant very clearly, but no problem.
What do you mean? How what
I don't mean a complete repair, but that's fine. It just sounds. While we're figuring it out, I just want to try to see if there's any parts I can salvage.
Gotcha. If I'm understanding you correctly, then according to the rules as written, it has to be either it is fully repaired or it won't run after it's been destroyed. So if something's gone down to 0 SDP, it has to be fully repaired before it's functioning again, or it can be jury rigged to work for that short period of time before it just goes back to crap again. At least that's my understanding. Because here, like in the vehicles of red, while I was doing my research and stuff, I was looking at like how much time does it take to install upgrades as well as doing repairs and stuff, and it takes a hell of a long time. And when you were talking, Remy, you said a week to fully fix the thing up. Are you sure that's a week?
Yeah, for a fully destroyed vehicle to repair DV-17, 1 week.
Okay. Yeah, so there we go. So that's what it would require. But the folks over there, the reclaimers, they come up and they kind of look over at you guys. They're like, is there anything left over that we can get? Because they just killed a couple of our guys and destroyed our vehicle as well. We didn't think that anybody else would be coming back, and it kind of just happened on our doorstep. Is there anything left over for us, guys?
The fact that this didn't happen on your doorstep should be thanks enough, and you should go.
There is nothing.
This cost
here.
my car.
Domino, go ahead and roll me a cool check.
Okay.
So the woman that you had just said that to kind of looks over at you and she's like, "What's your name?"
Domino.
All right, I'm gonna go talk to Ben Sight and let them know how you're responding to this. Got it. Go fuck yourself. And she turns around and starts walking away. You can see the other person that had been burned, that Mad Max was helping, kind of just yanks her arm out of Mad Max's hand and starts walking away as well.
Cool. I call Bear.
Yeah, you had mentioned that a couple of minutes ago. Go ahead. We're going to be finishing up shortly, by the way, folks.
Yeah.
Because I know Rob was hoping that we'd be ending right around this point. So go ahead. You call up Bear. Just ring. Just hello. Domino?
Hey Bear, it's I got some good news and bad news.
Well, I already got contacted by Jack. I sent out.
Cool. So
I
you
sent
have the
out some
bad news.
folks. Are you guys all right?
Well, we're alive. My car's not, but we have. If you are able to get, we have an Osprey here that it's damaged. So it's not really. It's not. If we were to jerry rig it, we don't think that it would make it back to camp. But if there was maybe a truck at camp that could come and pick it up, Remy thinks that he could have it fully operational in a week. And this is a fucking military grade Osprey, which I think is kind of worth the repayment of me losing my car if we can come get it back to camp.
Yeah, let me see if there's anything I can do about that. We've got our trucks. We've already finished doing our move over, so it should be doable.
Cool. And maybe also like picking up my car, and maybe we can rebuild that too. It took a lot of gunfire from a Gatling gun, but again, we have the Osprey, and we have a King Tao mechanic hostage that maybe we could induct into the clan if he earns his keep. I don't know. We didn't put a bullet in him, and he's alive right now at our convenience.
He's like, well, I mean, that'll help. Geez, yeah, we'll send a truck out there. I've already got the coordinates. Yeah, hang tight. We'll have somebody out there. The gyrocopter we sent out, I don't think that'll be able to extract everybody, so we'll send over a couple of trucks. And we'll
Appreciate
pick
it.
you guys up. Grab the Osprey. Is there anything else left over there?
There's a couple of other things. Oh, I also pissed off the reclaimers because they asked if there was any salvage because some of their people died while trying to get this, and I told them to fuck right off because I lost my car. So they might be a little mad. But again, but family, right? And for the family, we want this copter, not them.
So you were about to drop it. Bear responds on the phone. He's just like, well, I already told Mags, like, they're just reclaimers. I mean, they're not allied with us, so it is what it is. The goal was to keep casualties to a minimum, but I mean, family's more important.
We tried. Their death isn't our fault.
If you say so, as long as you're not killing them yourself, otherwise we might have some problems with the Aldecados.
Our bullets didn't hit them.
Then you're in the clear.
Okay.
And he hangs up the phone. And ladies and gentlemen, this is actually where we're going to cut and wrap. What's going to be happening over the next probably couple hours for all of you is that as you're sitting there, the mechanic gets the fires put out on the Osprey. It is not functional at the moment. It is down past 0 SDP, so it is not going to be running. The smaller attack helicopter, you guys are all able to put that out as well. It is totally wrecked, though. What you do find inside of it is a bunch of destroyed metal, burned out electronics, and a couple of skeletons charred. The leftovers on the ground, you guys see that there was about 10 different King Tao operatives, and most of them were vaporized by this explosion. Those that were left over were the ones that you all had been fighting off, and only one out of that group had survived. And he is sweating his butt off as he's doing all of this, because he is terrified, not just of all of you, but also of King Tao itself. He's more than a little worried. What we're going to be doing is we're going to end here, and we're going to be picking back up with all of your return once we come in for our next session, which will be next week. Now, I want to give the community a quick shout out really quick. I know I had mentioned to everybody that I was looking forward to doing pretty much a live stream on Twitch through my channel of working on the map. That is still in hopeful works in the future, but it will likely have to happen on a weekend because tomorrow is my first day back at school. We have summer school starting up tomorrow, and so my schedule is about to get absolutely insane again. That being said, I won't be able to do it during the week because we have school during the week. Now, yes, Violent Neon, you all are alive. A little bit worse for wear for your electronics, or sorry, not electronics. Your mechanics, but all of you are alive. That being said, let's go ahead and do our sign-offs. So Rob can take this all away. I see his camera is still just chilling right there and watching our screen. So I want to let them get to their fun stuff. That way Raven can go enjoy some food with everybody else. I'm sorry for keeping you as well. So we're going to start off at the top. So I'm going to pop this over. Everybody can see their screen names. So Captain Mark, where can folks find you?
Make sure to come back next week. I'll probably get into a full-blown argument with Bear, so that'll be good. Other than that, you can find me twitch.tv/Captain Mark 7, on Discord, Captain Mark 87, and hopefully at all podcast providers relatively soon. More news on that as soon as I have it. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing that podcast too, so make sure to keep us updated on Discord. Love to hear.
Will do. Thanks, Cap. Yeah, we'll do.
Chuggy, go ahead.
Chuggy305 on Twitch and just Chuggy on Discord.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Chuggy. Donna.
Hi, I'm Raven. I've been your solo who may or may not have a screw loose. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Discord at Doña Trece Cuervo.
Sorry, I'm so bad with tongue rolling. I've got a tongue piercing, so I'm not able to get that N right. My apologies. Johnny Drop.
Yeah, you can find me here on Saturdays and other streams on Twitch at other Sandman 3096 over on the Discord as well. Excuse me. And I also have my SoundCloud at Arkson.
Awesome. Thank you. Vampire.
You're muted.
3 times on stream now.
Forgot that I muted to tear the lid off of my pudding box. I'm Vampire Bites. You can find me here every Saturday playing some Cyberpunk Red as Mad Mags the Medic. My channel's on hiatus currently, but you can also find me in the Discord as Vampire Bites.
Play by post. Are you guys still doing that?
Yes, the play by post is active, but currently the player slots are full.
Awesome. So those of you that might be interested, we have a play-by-post that's being run through Cyberpunk Uncensored. Vampire Bites is one of our DMs, as well as Dante the Badger and who else?
Dante had to step down.
Okay.
He's too busy, and Rave is there too, I think.
Awesome. Okay, so we've got Rave, we've got Vampire Bites. And yeah, I can understand why Dante'd need to step down. His semester is starting up too. He's a college student, so school comes first.
Absolutely.
All right, and so we've got Vampire. Thank you, Vampire. Last but not least, Violent Neon.
Hey, this is Violent Neon. You can find me here every Saturday, currently playing the Dispossessed Nomad. Wanted to throw out to BattleTech there with Mech Warriors. And yeah, other than that, you can find me on Discord.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And I am Capricious Nature, GM Capricious Nature. These are my links. And again, we've got Twitch there for providing our music. Today we did not take a break because this is a bit of a shorter session. We've got our maps and our tokens that were graciously provided by Valstoys, also known as Red Dragon. You can find supplements that myself and all of our other community members have created over on cyberpunkuncensored.com, and you can follow my link tree to find me on all the different platforms, including social media, Instagram, etc., etc. So ladies and gentlemen, we are signing off here. I see Rob's already moving the camera again. He's ready to go. So Rob, thank you very much for letting us steal away Raven. And thank you very much for giving us such an awesome platform to meet each other and play Cyberpunk Red through. You are an absolute saint, so thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, that are my players. You all have been an absolute treat. Everybody in our chat, thank you very much for coming in and watching. We will see all of you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cyberpunk Uncensored.